It's me, Jen from EmJustLikeYou, and yes, you read the title correctly. I am here to share with you my new Holy Grail foundation, and I am so excited to share it with you just because, you know, my original one was the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra, and I was so devastated when it was discontinued because it feels like after you find something that you love, it gets discontinued. So I've been trying out so many foundations, and I literally just was like, you know what, I give up, just because it was so hard to find the one that I really loved to my standards and to the way that I would want to use a foundation for. But my cousin tried out the new Urban Decay Naked, and she said she loved it. So you know what? I was like, you know what the heck, let me try it out. And I absolutely love it, and it is my new Holy Grail foundation. And before I get into the review, I wanted to kind of let you guys know how I review the foundations. The reason why it kind of takes me a little bit longer is because I try to take 2 to 3 weeks to try out a foundation, just so that I can see if my skin reacts to it. I do like to try it out in different events, such as a special event where I know I'm going to be in you know, in dark rooms, and I'm going to be using flash photography. And also I want to wear it on days where I'm outside a lot, shopping, running errands, just so that I can see how the foundation can withstand, you know, the weather, as well as how well it can hold oil control. So that is how I base my reviews on, and hopefully that this review will be really informative for you. Urban Decay just came out with this not too long ago, and I've seen so many reviews on my subscription feed, but I really tried my hardest not to click on any of them, especially from Sandwich and from It's Judy Time, just because I really want this review to not be influenced by anybody or bias or anything. I want it to be truly from what I see in a foundation, just because, you know, sometimes you hear something from somebody and you're like, oh yeah, that I did experience that. But I think it's much better when I just tell you guys based on what I have experienced with this foundation. So this foundation is called Naked Skin, and it's a 1 fluid ounce foundation. The foundation packaging looks like this. You can see the color, and there is a pump. So I love the fact that there's a pump just because it's more sanitary and easy. The packaging is really lightweight, so it's really great to travel with because it's not glass, it's made out of plastic. Because of the pricing, it's around $38, which is really affordable for a well-known brand to have a foundation for this price. So with the packaging, I guess that's why it's a little bit cheaper, which I am not complaining, because a lot of people wear foundation every day, and if it's like, you know, so high in price, it's hard to make that purchase. Another thing that I love about this packaging is that inside there's actually little beads, just like the beads that are in your nail polishes. Mix up the foundation right before you kind of use it. There isn't actually a name for the coating, it's actually a number. So there are numbers that are whole numbers and there are half numbers, kind of like shoe sizes. They do provide this little clear slip that you can use to figure out what color you are, but I think this is a great idea that they have this, but this does not work. All the colors is like similar, and when I put it against my skin, it looks like any color would fit my skin. I do suggest that when you're trying it out, to try it out on your jawline and then walk around, or you can, if you have time or if the place that you're buying this allows, put it on half of your face or just like where you feel like you need it the most, and then walk around. Because it's a more powder, demi-matte type of finish, when it dries, it does get a little darker. So you might think that you're a certain color, but when you go home, you try it out, and then after it dries, you might be another one. So I do suggest just waiting a little bit. That is just, you know, the same concept as when you paint your walls. When it's wet, it's a different color, but when it dries, it's a little bit darker. So let's talk about the finish. The finish is a beautiful demi-matte, in my opinion. It's a matte that isn't just flat. It has like a little bit of a more rounded matte, meaning it does give you more definition. And to my opinion, since I've tried a lot of foundations, this one really reminds me of the Chanel Perfection Lumiere foundation, but the best part that makes it different from the Perfection Lumiere is that this one does not have SPF whatsoever. So if you have sensitive skin, then this would probably work much better on you just because your skin won't react with that titanium dioxide or that heavy amount of it. Also, that plays in with the fact that it's going to really look great. With flash photography, it's going to really make your skin look lighter if it has SPF, but since this one doesn't, it's going to be better. But if you use this on an everyday basis, of course you would have to use a moisturizer that does have SPF or just a separate sunscreen. The longevity of this foundation is actually really great. In Texas, it's like 115, and you know, that is not going to stop me from shopping, but I don't know who invented these outside malls in states that are this hot. But I went shopping and I tried out this foundation, and with all the sweating, with all the nastiness, this foundation really held on and it did not make me shiny. And once I kind of sweated, or just, you know, by the end of the day, it did not separate, it didn't crease into my parentheses. So I do suggest this for mature skin. If you do have some fine lines or any lines, I think this is going to fill it in and stay put. Speaking of staying put, this foundation does not need any powder setting. Even though there are foundations out there that are very matte, I do still find that it kind of slips and slide a little bit. So I do want to set it with a powder. But this is great because you don't have to set it, meaning this is all you need for your foundation routine, which I think is a plus. I'm always about, you know what, if I can cut a step, that's always great. So my color is a 5.0, and to reference with other foundations, I am a MAC 3035, and I am a Perfection Lumiere B30 to B40. And with drugstores, I am medium beige or sand beige for Maybelline foundations. So I do recommend this foundation for any of those who love that natural look. It doesn't give you a heavy look. It does look like skin. It is very light. I don't feel like I have it on. There is a little bit of a smell, but definitely it's gone after like 2 seconds because it does dry and then it doesn't smell like anything. The brush that I have been using to apply it is a synthetic round top type of brush, and this is from Real Techniques. This is the buffing brush, and I do love the buffing brush or the expert brush to really buff it in, because this foundation a little bit goes a long way, and once you have it on your face and where you really need coverage, you can buff it into the rest of your face and it just goes in seamlessly. Alright, so basically this is it for the review. I hope that I covered everything that you were wondering. Of course, I might be missing something, so if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and ask me, and I will definitely reply as soon as I can. And if you've tried this and you have a certain reaction to it or a different opinion on it, please share it with me. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!